1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Good morning. Right, deal with a flyaway hair there. Alright, good. Alright, how we doing? Just tidying myself up. Right, so. Hi Roy, how are you doing? You alright? Well, I thought I'd brighten the Monday up by wearing my Pamela Anderson top. What do you reckon? Anyway, so, everybody have a good weekend. That's cool, isn't it, Enzo? It's by a company called Vlonk. And I know the artist Jock Mooney, who did all these characters, so it's well worth checking out. He's a very talented guy. He's actually a sculptor. But this is his, I think this is his side gig. You like the nipples. Fair enough. But I thought, yeah. I thought it might improve the ratings. We'll see what it does. I mean, she's covered up once I wear a guitar. So, yeah. But, it's nice. It's cheerful, isn't it? Let's celebrate Pamela. Yes, it fits in with the synthwave vibes, doesn't it? He has a certain vibe to him, like Jock. He's really good. Alright, so today we are going to be doing some live looping. Live looping, yes. I'm going to need my phone because you're probably going to have a look at my pedal board as well at some point. Yeah, so hi everybody, and anybody who's new on here, please do subscribe to the channel. That would be great. Oh, and thumbs up, but obviously I haven't done anything, so don't feel like you have to put any thumbs up yet. But I thought I'd give you a quick guided tour because it's really weird, my Ableton session, because the whole thing is like a live looper really, but then I have another live looper within a looper, if you know what I mean. So I'll just go through these. So yeah, Enzo, good morning. Stelly, good morning. Roy, how you doing? If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Give a thumbs up. Why not? There you go. Enzo's saying hi, Roy. Enzo loves the shirt. Hey, Enzo. He likes the nipples. Well pointed out. 80s vibe. Hi, Perplexity. How you doing? There we go. Good day, mate. How's things? Just got back up from Melbourne. Took the boy down to see Slipknot. Wow, what an experience. Playing at the Knotfest. Wow. And there's Sean. All right. Okay. We're here. We're here, aren't we? So live looping, and then I'm just going to have a bit of a brainstorm because I was just thinking about the channel and because it's constantly evolving. So there's going to be a big a big change, I think, right? When I work it out on a bit of paper, but I had this idea sort of in the park, right? That what I would do is I'm going to turn the whole live channel into one massive music making course that's free, right? But it'll be centered, it'll be grounded on coaching. So it's not going to be like loads of teaching resources, but for a free thing, it's going to be like pretty good, okay? Because we have a really good sort of community here, you know? So I think each day would sort of revolve around different stuff. So I know sort of like at least, you know, one of the lives is going to be like a performance thing where we just have a bit entertainment, a bit chill and stuff like that. But there would be, say, like a day where I do coaching. There'll be the sort of guitar lesson day. There'll be like the music production day. There'll be a kind of coaching day where we set, I think like at the beginning of the week, there'll be something like where I talk about conditions of success, that kind of thing. And I do more of a coachy kind of presentation during the week. And then maybe we have some sort of a challenge or a mission that we work on sort of over a month is what I was thinking. And it would kind of rotate around, something like that. But it'll be very good because it's based on something that I've been through before doing this. So it'll be something like a 1 week challenge for people to do. And I can hold you accountable for that 1 week challenge. There will be, so I'm just going to sort of brand my machine because I want it to be more sort of in line with the Rick Rubin book, because I like the way he kind of has his process, which is identical to the process I use. So I really like the idea of just kind of rebranding that as well. And one of the things that you'll get free is like everybody who comes on here will get their own machine. Okay, so you get your own machine to make music on, to input. That'll be the first thing. So everybody will be able to follow along with that. The thing you won't get though is you won't get like obviously the group kind of making music sort of activities. But there's one thing: free machine. Conditions of success we'll be doing, and then we'll be looking at sort of weekly challenges, and I think maybe there'll be like an overarching monthly music making thing that we do as well. But it's kind of it's I'm formulating the idea, so it will be free, but I'm thinking that I want people to support the channel, and I'm hesitant on just having like members on YouTube because I don't know because I don't want to put the content. I don't want to have the content behind a paywall or anything. But then I'm thinking like, why don't I just have a patron like everybody else? So then, if you want to support the channel, then you can do that. But basically, it'll still be the lives like this, but there'll be more sort of direction in it. You'll learn about conditions of success. We'll still be doing the guitar things. We'll still be doing music production things, all of that good stuff. There'll still be the coaching. There'll still be the kind of, hey, let's go crazy and just shred. So all of that will be there, but that's what I'm working on, and I'm kind of aiming to get it going. April is what I'm thinking. I mean, it's almost worked out in my head. I could pretty much sort of start running it now, but it would be like there wouldn't be any patron and it would be completely disorganized. But when you're coming here, and I think the nature of it is it won't be, because the thing will just be cycling anyway. It doesn't matter at what point you drop in on the course. So one thing that's got to be really, really clear with coaching, it's not like, oh God, I missed day one. It doesn't matter. You just get on when you can, because there's no differentiation. We're not listening to each other's music. You just start from where you are. So like if we were like, oh, like if you came in and we were doing decisions, right? And you weren't at the beginning, which would technically be habits or environment or something like that for conditions of success, then that wouldn't be a problem. You just start from there and it comes round. It's not a big problem. But I'm looking forward to that, especially the conditions of success thing, and especially because, you will be looking at, I think you'll find it very sort of insightful. And, for example, when we're talking about like habits, I look really, really forward to, because I'll be getting everybody who's on the stream to make minimum viable commitments, and then I'll be holding you accountable. I'll be going, all right, Hippie, so you said you would make music for 30 minutes a day. How's it going? So just by the very sort of thing of like kind of getting involved and saying things like that, it's going to propel you forward. So that's what I'm working on, and it's being drafted up. Well, not as we speak because I'm doing this, but after this live, I'll be chewing away at this all day. But all the materials there, everything's there. You'll have access to a machine of your very own, and you'll be able to you'll be rocking. You'll all be making like tons of music. And then if you want to join a coaching group and go really crazy with it all, there's that there as well. And so it is going to be amazing, because we're going to have a nice little community of like music makers, aren't we? And it's going to be great. And there's going to be all this wonderful music for me to hear. How not to use a bus compressor to destroy your mix. It's interesting because music production mixing will be part of it, because there's a skills element to it. But what I'm concerned about is the big moves, getting the notes down. Right, talking about which, so live looping. Okay, check this out. See what you think of this. All right. Oh God, look at the back of my hair. Oh, this is the bad thing about getting up in the morning and doing stuff like this. I can't possibly check every detail. All right. Right, boom, here we are. In fact, I think Secret Garden. Here we are again. Right now, I just need to get this. I can see myself. Right, okay. And I want to be on here. There we go. So, here we are in the Secret Garden, where all the cool stuff happens. I think my mic's a little bit too hot. There we go. Right. So the way this works is I have this divided up, and it's based on my template from like basically when I was from producing, okay, but then I've kind of moved it into a more live looping cut down version, okay. So I've got like drums kind of bust up here, and I've got like 2 flavors of drums. So for all of my electronic stuff, I've got EXO, and all for my real drums, I'm using GGD, but I managed to get it into a rack. So this was a really impressive feat, and I was very, very impressed with myself, right? Because when you look at it, I'm sure Sean will be impressed with this, as you can see that all of my drum lights correspond to this, my pads. So so we've got a bit of that going. I was on a long time. I was on a long time trying to get that like sorted, to be fair. But it's just, I haven't got it all piped out. I'm just using, it's not all piped out into individual channels like EXO is. It's just basically mixed internally in plugin. but it sounds like really good. So we'll probably use those live drums. Oh, the drum machine thing, this is EXO. So EXO's brilliant, right? So like I use this, and again, this will come up on so basically that's coming up on the push as well. So everything's kind of put into racks, and it all comes up on the push. So I can play it live. So I can do like a step time sequencing thing as well on here. So for example, like when you're starting a loop, when you're going to start looping, you need something in time. So how do you get that timing? So rather than having a metronome click, what I can do is I can just select a sound off here, right? Say that, right? Just like one thing I forget is like doing the lengths on this, but I can take that, then literally so you can just start putting in the notes and you've got a beat. So very quickly, you can just get a drum beat going like straight away like that. So that's the first thing. And then you can just start playing along. Or I'll just have like, you know, like a drum loop. Like we've got here, just like a drum MIDI, bit of MIDI already sitting there, ready to go. So usually, if I'm going to program something from scratch, EXO's really, really good. Just type the notes. And you could do the same thing with the live drums. Like today, I've just got some beats, like a drum beat in, that I can use to get things going. So yeah, EXO. And then the other cool thing about EXO, Hippie, I mean, the reason I use EXO, right, is this. Is you've got, when you're building kits, right, it's really, really quick to do because you can see all of your one-shot library here, so, and it's color-coded, so your kicks are all in red. Most of the time, your snares are in blue. Closed hi-hats, open hi-hats, percussion, claps in pink. So it's really, really quick to build a kit. And you can just see everything, no more going through folders or anything like that. Which is always a time hog for me. Especially like when you're getting splice stuff, because there's like sounds are within folders, and I can't be bothered to like get them out and organize them my own way. So this kind of does it all brilliantly. EXO is a plugin, yes, so it's software, and that's the drums, yeah. The push is a controller. It's push 2. It's amazing, yeah. The push 2, the constellation thing is like really good. But yeah, push 2. So that's just the drums. Now, like the rest of this, okay, I've got things pre-set up. So one of the goals for my template was to basically have something that would have something that would give you a produced sound, okay, that would be pretty much mixed as you go. And this is how it works, all right? So At the minute, I've got a bass, okay, and this is just a guitar tuned down. Okay, really cool. The reason I've got my guitar to sound extra bassy is because, here's a tip, I use a subharmonic generator. So I just put that. So the way this actually, the plugins work is, I've just got raw bass plugged in. I've got Hypertune, that's tuning it down, the best tuning plugin ever in the whole entire world. This thing's so good and brilliant on latency and just great. So that goes into bass bin, which is my top tip there. And then it goes into the Parallax Neural DSP, which is pretty much the only Neural DSP plugin I'm using. But I found the unfiltered one, the tracking on it was like the best, and it's also zero latency. So that's kind of what that does. Now, everything then, all on every channel, zero latency again, I've got an SSL. So I've given literally everything the SSL kind of touch. And what I do for speed, you know, if like something's too bassy or something's really getting in the way, the only thing I really touch on here is the high pass and low pass filters. So I don't have to open any plugins, everything's macroed here. So you can say that, like, you know, if I'm just doing some filter cleanup of sounds, I can just move this stuff on the audio rack down here. So that's the other top tip. And like basically every channel's set up the same. So like one of the things is like, right, well, how many instruments can I play at the same time? And one of the cool things I came up with was the guitar bass, right? So this is the guitar bass, very good. And I've also got a hypertune on it. So lots of fun to be had on that. So the guitar bass, basically just hypertune cockblocker, which is a noise gate. So I've just got my guitar with like extra noise gating, so it's really dead. And then just the only thing on the macro is the we can fill out the sides for the guitars with an octavator, which is a cool touch. Roy, the push 2 isn't 2K. The new one is the standalone. But you can get the one that isn't standalone, which is the one I would recommend, which has an audio interface on, or you can get push 2, which will be just really like push 2. If you look for a push 2, it won't be expensive. So yeah, so I've got like an octavator, which you can mix in, if you can hear that on the side. All right. And then moving on. So basically all I have is, again, like the bass on here, and then I have 2 McLaughlin Suite plugins, panned left and right. Except one of them has the wide, and the reason that I do that wide is because there is a slight Hass effect on it, and it pushes one slightly out of time to give you that extra wide effect. And we get that. But then anyway, I've got various clean guitar sounds here. We've got an octave guitar, but wide sort of synth type melodies, but done on a guitar. I've got nunchuck which is my main sort of guitar sound. And then we've got various synths, which I'll come to in a bit. And then we come, so like all of this, right, is the the main sort of live looping bit of this whole thing, I mean, I'll come back to that, because the thing that I was wanting everybody to see that's really, really important. And this is like just, like one of the most amazing things about Ableton is the fact that you've got like the Max MSP like integration, and people can like build their own stuff on it. So this is what you need to look at. So let's say Ableton is all one big looper, right? But then I have a looper running inside a looper, and I have this thing here. So Ableton does come with a looper, but there's this guy called Ableton Drummer who built this, right? And what's good about this is, well, it's super easy to use, really easy to set up. And what it does is it loops, but it actually uses proper audio tracks. It doesn't record everything internal in the sequencer. So basically, what you can do is you can mix as you go. You can at least control your volumes very, very quickly on the fly. So basically on push over here at the top, I have a mixer set, so I can control all of the volumes on the looper. So if I turn, you see, you can turn that down. So I can just very quickly with one hand, if something's too loud, just quickly turn it down on the thing. So looper inside a looper. Yes, Inception level. Now, providing it all works. Now, what I've got is I've got everything set up. We've got basically my pedal board. Show you this. See if I can get my phone logged on. I've got my slippers on as well, right? You're gonna love these slippers. Come over here. Let's see if I can get the camera. Where's the mouse? Oh, there we go. Right. Camera. Switch a window. Okay. See all of them. Okay, there we go. Right. So. Right. Just need to work out how to flick onto the thing. Oh, it's different. Right, got it. Can you see? No. Oh. Come on. This is so this used to be so easy. I don't know if you can see. Well, hold on. I don't think you can see this, can you? Right, I'm not going to worry about it for now. Because I used to have like a window here. Anyway, right, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to the phone. So anyway, just imagine it. I've got a foot switch, and basically the way that it works, it's so simple. Is that we've got basically. Well, you've got to think of some chords to play, haven't you? Sounds good. So I can just trigger the drums, got something to play along with, and then I've basically got one button, and when I hit it, it'll just drop this in time, and hopefully, right? So here we go. Okay, and then we can just stop it, and then if we don't like the recording, there's an undo, and we can go again. There we go, looping around nicely now. So there's another layer. So if that's too loud, just turn it down. Bass. There we go, we're looping. Yeah, steady, my camera was kind of set up, but there's the camera switcher window's changed and I can't actually find the one that I normally use. this was my slipper. Yeah, they're comfy. Okay, so we'll have a look at this way. Right. View from the drummer, isn't it? Maybe in a very small gig. Shame the mic's in the way, isn't it? Gonna go this way? Yeah. Right, so you can start arranging now, can't you? So now I can just switch off different layers on push. add stuff back in. But then, like, you know, the cool thing is we can do a bit of mixing, can't we? So and there we go. So, coffee break. So far, so good. Any questions? I'll kind of explain a bit more about how this looper is kind of working and what I've got set up, right? So what it was, in terms of, you know, recording, I really, really wanted something. I had to get my push out of the closet. Should always be out. Oh my God, Enzo, don't say things like that. Give me a heart attack. All right. So I think like one of the problems was I just didn't really click with the Ableton looper. Okay, just everything gets recorded internally, and I wanted something where basically it would come out on separate tracks. So if this song was really good, I can keep it and work on it, re-record parts and stuff like that, because everything's sort of here recorded in audio. Which is very, very handy. And the guy who makes this, it's a guy called Ableton Drummer, and it only costs $30 for this looper, for like the best looper, in my opinion, in the entire universe. It's got to be this thing, because it's super easy to use. And the possibilities for it are just like amazing. Like I could really organize this and I could start putting in plugins, right? And then maybe if I recorded in a certain way, I could get even more of a produced, mixed sound. But, pushing stuff here. Right. Oh, here. This on a second. There we go. All right, this is what's set up on the floor. Oh, I'm not going this way, aren't we? Right, I can put my slippers on now. Right. This is like proper behind the scenes. Oh, look at that. That's ugly, isn't it? Right, I'll just get the chat where I can see it. So, this is this is handy as well. Like I use one of these, right, to clean my pedal board. Like that. Always have a pretty clean pedal board. Right, so basically the way it goes is the first button is record and stop, and then just undo, and that's it. That's all I've got there. And then this top bit, this works all of my guitar presets on Nunchuck. Okay, so we've got, well, you can see here, I've got the clean with wide explode. One thing I really like using the wide, I have a button on here which basically switches it off and back on. I'll tell you what, I'll try 2 seconds. I'm just going to get the guitar. And then hold the camera and play one-handed over the track. So we've got bass, freeze pad, random, which is another sort of crazy, ambient clean. Oops, sorry. Right, so yeah, ambient clean. Break up. And we've got the high gain. Which you can have wide. There's wide. Or just sort of like mono version of it. And that's how that sort of works. I mean, other things I've got on this pedal board. Let's have a look. Reverb throw. Oh, stutter. Big reverb. Kill switch. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Absolute chaos. I can't do the tooth. I can't hold the camera straight and play guitar at the same time. It is too much. On, get back to where I was. There's main camera. Right, there we go. Chaos. So that's like the pedal board, so you can see what's sort of going on there. But essentially, just to work the looper, you're only going to need you only need 2 buttons basically. Record and basically wipe the thing clean, and that is it. Well, undo. Very simple. All right, let's have a look at, see what's happening in the chat. So I suppose the very basic looper would be just to use the looper in Ableton and get started that way. Or you could get this particular looper, which I highly recommend, and just start with just this one thing and one drum machine. And then on your plugin, those of you who are using Polychrome DSP, you've got the Hypertune built into it. So when you look at my setup here, when I'm on the bass, it's just down an octave. That's it. And I'm just producing my bass off this. And then MIDI-wise, I've just got all of my presets kind of on here. All mapped to my Morningstar. And that's it, you're ready to go. And it works marvellously. Drums and that. Alright then. So let's catch up on the chat. So, right, okay, good. I got the camera going, which is amazing. Sean thought that was highly amusing. That's good. Slippers are very comfy. But actually, like, I wouldn't recommend... I've just, like, these slippers, I tried them out today, but there's, like, big tread on them, and the pedal goes in between the treads, so they're absolutely useless for the pedal board. I've just got them on to keep my feet warm. Nice chill vibe after all the metalhead banging. Excellent. Which audio interface am I using? Right, okay, so there's a couple of audio interfaces. I use 2. So the one that I broadcast on, okay, so there's one that takes all the latency that I don't monitor through. And that is a Studio 26C by PreSonus, so they're fairly affordable. About $100. So that one, I don't monitor it. That's just everything gets outputted from my main audio interface, which is the Quantum 2. Me and Thomas ended up doing a swap. So I ended up with his Quantum 2 and he ended up with my 2626C. But either way, the Quantum stuff, the Thunderbolt, so they're absolutely, like, latency-wise, the rapid, the really, really the quickest. audio interfaces you can get, and then that just outputs the whole mix from Ableton, including my mic, into the other PreSonus that then broadcasts the sound. So I'm able to monitor like in very, very like low latency. Right, Enzo, push in the closet. Nobody's push should be in the closet. So anyway, you can get it out now. Yeah. So yeah, and I'm happy for you to steal any ideas you want, Hippie. Just ask the questions, and all will be unpacked. You've been using Logic lately, but going back to Ableton, and your heart is probably healthy, right? Well, it's stress-free Ableton, isn't it? I have Ableton, Reason, for Iraq, and Studio One. I got tired of being charged a ton of money every time there was an upgrade, so I was boycotted. Was that for Studio One? I don't like to upgrade to Mac. Or was it Ableton? I mean, Ableton live updates only happen now and then. Yeah, got to get me. Yeah, they're really good. The Black Stars one, again, quite affordable. Very, very versatile, durable. It's a good bit of kit. I don't like to upgrade either. Yes, but sometimes they force you to do it if you want the latest version of Logic. Yeah. I mean, I don't use Logic now. I push the boundaries, by the way, but push is non-binary. So I was pushing the boundaries and you get my eyes tested, by the way. But we'll be using it more now of the setup. Right, yeah. Get it set up because it's brilliant. I mean, I can do my whole, like, everything I need to do on here. It's great stuff. So there's probably like too much to kind of cover in just one session, I think, sort of in my template, because there's a lot going on. But as the latest sort of like upgrade that I've been messing about with, this looper thing has been absolutely brilliant. I mean, great. And it's there, and I have a lot of fun with it. Very, very accessible. So anybody here who, right, remember to put thumbs up. Oh, we're on 13 thumbs. Come on. Somebody give me another like. 13 is meant to be unlucky, you know. Another thumbs up, please. Anybody on here who's new to the channel, please subscribe. There's lots of cool stuff happening. Thank you. This looper is called... It's called One Button Live Looper by Ableton Drummer. One Button Live Looper by Ableton Drummer. Melda. Oh, they're Australian as well, aren't they? Plugin developers. Melda are really good. I've been using Melda's Audio MS Super Looper. It's super powerful, but it's a bit of a pain to set up. Yeah, their stuff's really good. I've used a few things in the past by Melda. I mean, I might have missed that one because I was on the hunt for loop. I mean, there's actually not a lot out there in the looping market. I got Steinberg's Backbone for free with SSL multibus compressor purchase. All right, very good. more coffee. I haven't woken up yet. Right. So any looping questions? So I think like one of the cool things we've got here is I'll just undo all of this. You'll watch the undo. Everything. Boom. Gone. Right. Having said that, we'll undo that. There was one thing I was wanting to try is that get onto the next layer. Yeah, SSL bus compressor is great. In fact, that's what is on my mix bus. Here, look. Doing its thing. Gluing me all together. That's what it's doing. So yeah, have a bus compressor. Very good. But yeah, hi Brian. Yeah, Bitwig's good, isn't it? So I mean that was made by some of the Ableton development team. Yeah, they're great, aren't they? That's right. Yeah, they're very similar. From what I see. Okay, so the other good thing about this is I can mix and match my looping on this. So, for example, let me have a look. If I, like sometimes you just haven't got any ideas, right? So, a little tip for no ideas is we can get the background. Sounds like Bon Jovi, that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh god, I got his copyright straight now. That's meant to be an F sharp minor. So you could get something like this and trigger it with the drums. Take the slippers off. Alright, and then maybe to add the odd synth to it. So yeah, you can sort of just mix and match as you want between the two sort of things. But maybe tomorrow we'll have a look at the rest of the template. I'll show you how I've got all the synth set up and all that kind of good stuff. I agree. Mind you, I don't know how I'd use like Logic as a live looping thing. I mean, obviously it would be possible, but used a very ancient version of Cubase and switched to Ableton for a while before settling on Reaper. And you're on Bitwake, yeah. Logic has clips now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons with the clip system. I think like when you're using clip system, it makes you think very loopy, which has been sometimes a problem, and it can stop you being as creative within the arrangement of a section of a song. But it's a great way to produce lots of sections of songs, if you know what I mean. Whereas when you're on the arrangement page, it's easier to sort of create like little kind of sub-arrangements of a section of a song and do that on the fly. Right, okay, so I've covered a little bit of ground. Does anybody, as we're looking at the door now, to jog your memories, does anybody have any questions? There must be some things people want to know about. So I'm here to, and anybody who hasn't been on here before, do subscribe. If this is going to be in the future, please subscribe. So the other thing I'd like to say is that, setting this particular looper up, the Ableton Drummer Looper, is very, very easy because what he does is it actually comes with a template with it already in, set up. And all you do is you just load that into your existing template, and then it should pretty much, once you wire your audio into it, it'll pretty much work. So there's that to bear in mind. So there isn't much of a setup really. It actually comes in a template, and its tutorials on it are very, very clear and easy to follow. But I think it's great. Very versatile. All right, how are you routing your bass guitar, etc., into the looper? Is there just one instance of your looper running? Yes. So there's only one instance of this looper actually running, and it has 10 layers on it. You can have as many layers as you want, or as less. You can just organize that actually in the plugin. So it'll say down here however you want to set it up. You can just set it up there. So with regards to the bass, absolutely everything, when I'm only using this looper, everything comes off basically nunchuck. So nunchuck is rooted into here. we have there's my bass, breeze pad. Pretty cool sound. So yeah, basically I've got 6 presets lined up on Nunchuck. All of that's routed into the looper, and that includes the bass, my leads, my rhythm tone, everything into that looper. So that's it's it's a pretty much standalone apart from the drums. You could just use that. So I hope that kind of answers the question. But it's all, yeah, you can see here on Nunchuck there. You can see it changing the presets there. Oh, hiccups. It'll do, is what I say. So I hope that answers the question. So just one instance of a guitar plugin with like multiple, different sounds all getting routed into it. So it's looping's a great way to write ideas, and it's super fun. I mean, I've been really, really enjoying it, to say the least. Okay, any more questions? A little bit of time left. So, as always, there is the free program which I'm working on coming up in hopefully April. So there's that to look out for, where basically, you turn up here on your morning sessions and there'll be some sort of kind of structured thing going on, working into kind of different areas of music. So, for example, we'll have like kind of more coaching stuff, conditions of success. We'll have like 1 week challenges where you set yourself a task based on whatever we're covering. So let's say if we're doing habits, everybody could make a habit and see if they can follow through with that. And then I would coach you on that and hold you accountable. So that would be like one instance of what we could do. We would still have our guitar lessons, so that would be happening still. There would be music production as well, tons of that, plenty of that, plenty of creativity, and there would also be the kind of chill out jamming, but I am working on it. So as I go, I'll let you know. And then that'll all be linked to a Patreon account so people can support the channel through that, okay? So it's a vague idea at the minute. Bits of it are quite developed, like things like conditions of success, the coaching side's all very, very well sort of like sorted. You will get like a music machine, which will be called something else. It won't be called a machine, it'll be something different. So that would be like a free thing. So we'd all have our machines to write music into. And it'll be good. And then in addition to that, so like obviously there are coaching groups for people to join. So if you're interested in making absolutely tons of music, then do hit me up. The email will be in the description. Join the Discord and get yourself on one of the groups. So basically that's just basically you're in the group, I would say a minimum of 3 months to kind of get used to sort of the machine and work in it. But you're in a room with me for 2 hours a week with 3 other music producers, and I'll take you through various sort of exercises, games that will give you insight into your creativity. So if you're interested in that, do send me a message. And I think that, oh, there's Mac. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, I'll take everybody through what the machine is. So this is like a thing that I do on the coaching program. So basically what the machine, I'll tell you what, tomorrow we'll do some machine stuff, and I'll tell you exactly what it is, right? And why it is so powerful. So tomorrow I'll run everybody through the machine, okay? But the machine is a massive game changer. It's basically creativity modularized. Sounds interesting. Tomorrow will all be about the machine, okay? So make sure you tune in for that, okay? Righto, cool. Because it's just, I can't start it now because it would take too long to explain it, and I'll get really excited, and then, yeah. So I think I'm pretty much ready for my walk now, everybody. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning. And we'll talk about creativity, the creative process in relation to creativity being modularized, and how the machine helps us with that. All right. See you. Bye.